Hi there. I hope you're having a wonderful day. My name is Dr. Shiroko Sokitch. I'm the owner of Heart to Heart Medical Center and the author of the book, Healing When It Seems Impossible: 7 Keys to Defy the Odds. I specialize in helping people who have undiagnosed or mysterious symptoms that nobody seems to have found the answer to. And today I want to talk to you about headaches. So, a lot of people get headaches all the time. And so, I'm going to give you like a little education about different types of headaches and then different types of solutions. And in our Western world, as uh, you may have headaches, and it doesn't really like there's no differentiation between headaches other than you have a headache or migraines, which have a specific sort of diagnosis. And then there are also under in Western diagnosis tension headaches, which can kind of come from here from having a lot of tension. But in Chinese medicine, there's a whole different way of looking at headaches, and I'm going to tell you about that because it might help you understand the different ways that you could have pain in your head from different elements. And then there would be a different treatment for each of those different types of pains. Now, tension headaches are actually pretty common. So, this kind of headache. And I'm going to just talk about that for a minute because those kinds of headaches can be relieved with magnesium. And I have a favorite, ActiMag Plus, which is a product that is a powdered magnesium, and it also has some B vitamins. And B vitamins can also help relieve headaches because a lot of times B vitamin deficiency can be related to not having enough, or not having enough B vitamins can also contribute to having worse headaches. So, and I have a link for that I can provide for you later, where you can order that. So, um, in Chinese medicine, different pathways of energy are in different locations on your head, and they mean different things. So, one type of headache that you can have is a headache like right here on the front of your forehead, where you might also experience sinus congestion and pressure pain, like right up in front here. That type of headache is connected to your immune system. And one of the treatments, a lot of people have told me that they learned this, so it's a cool way to go. But you press right here and between your thumb and your index finger, right here in that meaty part of your thumb, that type of headache, the kind that's right here on your forehead, can be relieved when you press this area right here. And then that's connected to your sinuses and your immune system, so it can be connected to catching a cold or starting to feel sick. So, other things that you can do if you get this type of headache or this type of headache are to, take extra vitamin C, to take vitamin D. And one of my favorite things, especially if you have sinus congestion, is if you take something called NAC, and acetylcysteine. NAC is this really super cool supplement that helps release it helps your liver produce glutathione, and glutathione is really important for detoxification. But also, NAC helps relieve mucus, and it is one of the very best ways that's not toxic to relieve mucus and congestion in your sinuses. So it's a wonderful supplement to help that whole system function better. The type of headaches that are like right here or here, like a band around your whole head, these types of headaches are connected to your liver. And in Chinese medicine, the liver regulates the smooth flow of energy in your whole body. It also regulates the emotion of anger, and it deals with stress, and it regulates your menstrual cycles. So for those of you who have menstrual type headaches, the type that are here, or if you get a migraine that kind of goes from here to here, like the side of your head to here every month, that's connected to liver imbalance. And there are specific herbs, Chinese herbs, and certain acupuncture points that you can do that will relieve those headaches. Now, it's going to be hard for me to show you these points, but I'm going to show you a couple of points that you can do to help yourself if you have these types of menstrual headaches or migraines, if you get those as well. Because in Chinese medicine, the liver kind of regulates all of those things. Again, the liver regulates a smooth flow of energy in your whole body. It deals with the emotion of anger, and it regulates your menstrual cycle. So these are pretty common types of headaches that people get. And actually, even these headaches that are right up in here in your shoulders, like right across the top of your shoulders and the back of your neck, kind of behind your ear here, those are also connected to liver imbalance. So one of the acupressure points that you can do on yourself is right here where that tenderness is, right? So here's the skull bone. It's hard to see when I'm on video, but right back here, like you can find that point where it might be tender on the back of your neck, kind of on the side of the back of your neck, right at the top, at the base of your skull. And you can press on that, and that will help relieve it. And then there's a point on the back of your wrist. So you can come down from your middle finger straight down your wrist to a point right here where your finger might naturally stop, and you can press here. That will also help relieve it. And then if you have hormone related headaches, which commonly liver headaches are hormone related, I'm going to show you this point. This is going to be hard to do. But hold on, stay with me. Okay, on your pinky toe. So your pinky toe right here on the side of your pinky toe, where your pinky toe meets your foot, right here, that point right there is connected to hormone imbalance. And you can press on that point. You could use like a pen or use your finger, and you can just squeeze the side of your pinky toe. And you can also press on the side of your pinky toe nail. And that should help relieve that kind of headache. One of the things that I teach my clients is how to do that kind of acupressure on themselves, because it will help release so much. There's another type of headache that's like right here across the tops of your shoulders. That's like what we would traditionally call a tension headache. And that is also connected to liver imbalance, these types of tension headaches where you have tight shoulders. There's a point on your leg, and this is also hard to point out, or show you. But so if what you would do is go from the inside ankle bone, here I'm going to show you this, from the inside ankle bone here, and slide up the bone side, the inner side of your leg, along the edge of the bone to the right where it starts to meet the knee. There's a place where that bone flares out, and there's like a depression here. And like almost 100% of people, that point is tender right there. And you can press that, and that will relieve that tension in your shoulder blade, like at the top of your shoulders. That's a great place to press. And and then there's a sort of third general type of headache in Chinese medicine, which is related to the kidneys and urinary bladder. And that's at the back of your head, like from the back of your head. That area is called the occiput. So right up in here, across the back of your head. And right at the base of your skull, there's a couple of points right there that you can press. At the back of your head, you can usually find a tender point there, and those types of headaches you can relieve by doing another point on your ankle. So right here behind, so on the outer part of your ankle, right here, behind your ankle bone, right here, that point right there is good for that type of headache. I know that's a lot of demonstration there, but it does help. And anytime you have a tendency to have headaches kind of consistently, you can search certain places like the space here. Like a lot of times, even if it's a different type of headache, this point here can help relieve some of the pain, at least temporarily. The other things to keep in mind in relation to sort of all headaches, because this magnesium product actually is really good for kind of all headaches. And in particular, like if you get a headache every month or a headache all the time, if you took magnesium every day, magnesium is responsible for over 400 chemical reactions in your body. And so taking magnesium consistently is a valuable thing. One of the things is sort of like there's always cautions and precautions, but one of the things that magnesium can do is cause magnesium cause diarrhea. And so you have to be careful with the amount of magnesium that you take because it can cause diarrhea. This magnesium here doesn't usually, because it's chelated in such a way that it's more easy to absorb. It's a powder. You can absorb it more easily through your digestive tract. And it has specific B vitamins that also help support your nervous system and help your nervous system be more relaxed. That type of magnesium you should not take at night because B vitamins can make you feel more awake. So you have to be careful with that. But magnesium is a really good supplement to take if you have sort of a habit of getting headaches, and getting the right kind of magnesium is very, very important. I recently had a young woman who came to my office, and she has headaches every single day. And this is, that's just torture. One of the reasons that I have a special interest in headaches is because I used to get headaches every single month along with my period. And at the time, I didn't know about acupuncture, so I'd have these terrible headaches for 3 days at a time. And I also didn't know about magnesium back then. I was a kid. Not a kid, but I had just finished medical school, and basically I was a kid. I didn't know anything about alternative medicine or acupuncture or functional medicine or any of those kinds of things. And so I had these horrible headaches. And the first time I had acupuncture, I actually went in with one of these migraines, and he made it go away. It took about 3 hours, and after 3 hours, it went away. And those kinds of headaches used to last me like 3 days. But right now I have a client who's young, and she has a headache every single day, all the time. And so working with her is related, she gets this kind of headache. So it's related to imbalance in the liver. So she's been taking the wrong kind of magnesium. She was taking a product that had magnesium oxide, which really only goes through your digestive tract. It doesn't absorb into your bloodstream. And so even though she took magnesium every day, when we measured her magnesium, it turned out to be low, and her parents couldn't understand, or her family couldn't understand, why did she have a low magnesium if she was taking it every day. Well, if you're not taking the right kind of magnesium, then it will not help. So you want to look for a magnesium that's either magnesium glycinate or magnesium malate. And then there's another type of magnesium that is particularly good for your nervous system, which is called magnesium threonate, that goes crosses the blood-brain barrier, which is very helpful for your brain and your nervous system. So many different solutions for headaches, because there are many different types of headaches. And try to keep that in mind, because it's so important to get the right treatment for your headaches if you have them, of course. And one other thing, if you do have migraines, taking consistent doses of magnesium sort of every day, especially if the migraines happen with your period, that will help balance your energy patterns. And there are also Chinese herbs for those types of headaches. There are actually Chinese herbs for every type of headache. And that's one other thing that you could do, is you could seek out an acupuncturist or a Chinese herbalist, and they will help you get the right herbs and the right acupuncture treatments for your headaches to help resolve them. It's one of the most effective ways to get off of medications if you especially have a lot of different headaches. One other thing to keep in mind, and that will be my last comment today, is that if you have headaches associated with hormone imbalance, like there's a lot of women that I see who have in perimenopause, they get headaches, or right before their period, they get different kinds of headaches. And working with balancing your hormones will help reduce that type of headache. And so again, there's acupuncture, Chinese herbs, certain specific supplements that will help support your nervous system so that you can not have those kind of headaches. I wish you a very amazing headache-free week, and I'll look forward to talking to you again soon. Thank you so much.